The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the human delegation entered. Not the usual two-person diplomatic team they'd grown accustomed to ignoring, but a full contingent led by Admiral Hazel Chen and Commander Leo Vargas. For 73 cycles, Earth had been invited to the summits. For 73 cycles, Earth had sent polite declinations. The Council had long since stopped caring. Humanity was just another primitive species clinging to their single star system, too proud or too foolish to join galactic civilization. "This is unprecedented," hissed Ambassador Velkov of the Krolix Empire, his tentacles curling in agitation. "Humans do not attend summits. They never have." Hazel's boots clicked against the crystalline floor as she approached the central podium, Leo flanking her right side. She carried herself with the quiet confidence of someone who'd seen 1,000 battlefields and walked away from every one. "We received your latest invitation," Hazel said, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber's acoustic enhancement field. "We thought it was time we finally accepted." The Counselor Supreme, an ancient Vexian whose scales had faded to silver with age, leaned forward. "After 73 rejections, what has changed your mind, Admiral Chen?" "The terms," Leo interjected, his hand resting casually on the datapad at his hip. "Specifically, the clause you added to the most recent summit agenda, the one about relocating non-compliant species for their own protection." A nervous ripple passed through the assembled delegates. That clause had been added specifically with Earth in mind, a way to finally force humanity's hand, to bring them into the fold or remove them from the equation entirely. "The Council acts in the best interest of all species," Velkov said smoothly. "Earth's isolation is dangerous. You have no protection from the scroll swarms, no defense against the Void Reapers. We offer you shelter within our collective, at the cost of our autonomy," Hazel said. Her eyes scanned the room, meeting the gaze of every ambassador present. "You assume we need your protection because we've been quiet. You mistake our silence for weakness." She nodded to Leo, who activated his datapad. Holographic displays materialized throughout the chamber, showing real-time footage from space. "Earth space." The ambassadors gasped collectively, arrayed in perfect formation. Beyond Earth's moon were 1,000 warships, not the clumsy, chemical-propelled vessels the galaxy had observed humanity using decades ago, but sleek predators bristling with weaponry that made several delegates' security advisors immediately begin whispering into their communicators. "For 73 cycles, you've held your summits," Hazel continued. "You've made your laws, drawn your borders, negotiated your treaties. You've built a civilization on the assumption that you understood the rules of this galaxy." Leo pulled up another display. "While you talked, we built. While you politicked, we innovated. Every declined invitation bought us time to study your technology, to understand your tactics, to prepare. This is a threat." The Counselor Supreme rose from his seat, his voice booming. "You dare bring a military fleet to a diplomatic summit?" "Oh, this isn't a threat," Hazel said, a cold smile playing at her lips. "This is a clarification. You sent us an invitation that, stripped of diplomatic language, was an ultimatum. Join us, or be absorbed. We're here to inform you that Earth recognizes no authority but our own." She walked slowly along the curved podium, her words measured and deliberate. "Humanity learned a long time ago what happens when you rely on others for protection. We scattered ourselves across our solar system, Mars, Europa, Titan, the Belt. We built redundancies into everything. We assumed the worst and prepared for it." Leo brought up another series of images. "Your impenetrable Void Reaper defense line. We broke it 3 months ago. The scroll swarms that terrorize your outer colonies. We've been quietly eliminating them for the past 2 cycles. That mysterious force that destroyed the Krolix raiding fleet near Proxima Centauri. That was us, testing our new weapons systems." The chamber erupted into chaos. Delegates shouted over each other, security forces moved into position, and diplomatic channels lit up with emergency communications. Hazel raised her hand, and the holographic display shifted to show Earth's defensive capabilities in devastating detail. Orbital defense platforms, quantum-fold disruption fields, planet cracker missiles, and dozens of technologies the galaxy had never seen before. "We didn't ignore your summits because we were afraid," Hazel said, her voice cutting through the noise. "We ignored them because we were busy ensuring that when we finally did come to the table, we'd be coming as equals, not supplicants." The Counselor Supreme sat heavily in his chair. "What do you want?" Recognition, Leo said. Earth remains independent. Our space is our own. You don't send your fleets through our territory. You don't make decisions about our species without our consent, and you certainly don't threaten us with relocation. And in return, Velkoth asked quietly, his earlier bluster gone. Hazel's expression softened slightly. In return, we're willing to share. Our medical technology could extend lifespans across a dozen species. Our agricultural methods could end famine on your colony worlds. Our defensive innovations could protect you from threats you don't even know about yet. She paused, letting her words sink in. But we share as partners, not as subjects. We contribute to the Council as an independent power, with full voting rights and sovereign territory. The Counselor Supreme looked at the images of Earth's fleet, still hanging in the air like a promise and a warning. The Council will need time to deliberate. Of course, Hazel said. We'll be here, all 1,000 ships of us. As the session adjourned and delegates rushed to their private chambers for emergency consultations, Leo leaned close to Hazel. Think they'll agree? Hazel watched the chaos they'd unleashed with satisfaction. They don't have a choice. We just showed them that the rules they thought governed this galaxy were written in pencil, not stone. Humanity doesn't ask for permission anymore. Leo, we take our seat at the table. Outside the station, Earth's fleet held position, silent and patient. 73 cycles of isolation had ended, not with a whimper, but with a statement that would echo through the galaxy for generations to come. Humanity would never be ignored again.